Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. Time for some DDIRL Truck Series action, and it's time for race 2 of the Chase for the Championship. I am here with my partners. My name is YZ, and I've got the Drugstore Cowboy and Johnny Replay here to bring you guys all the action for the Connect and Cure 150 here at New Hampshire. Really excited to have this sponsored race with such a cool sponsor, so shout out to them, and couldn't be doing it at a better track. This will be the only short track we visit here in the Chase, so this is an important one. How you feeling here today, Drugstore Cowboy?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, you call this a short track, but it is a mile long still. It's maybe the longest short track that we go to. You know, I think we think of maybe Phoenix as a short track too, even though that's like a mile and a third. But yeah, nice to be here at this long short track.
Yeah, it really is always great to be here. I think this is really a stylistic track in terms of who to expect to be fast here and who I think may struggle with it. Johnny Replay, one guy I have my eye on today, just to get straight to it, I won't pull this up along with the points, is Mr. Dalton Geyer and Patrick Cowgill. Cowgill's so fast last week in that 36, the only guy who really gave Hillman a run for his money. This week in practice showing tons of speed, but last time we were here was over in the MRL Truck Series, and Dalton Geyer, it was another 150 lap race, led about 140 laps of those to go on for the win. Anyone else you have your eye on here today?
I mean, Patrick Cowgill, as you said yourself, he's been fast in practice. As far as I know, the weather is going to be good for this race, so we'll see if we can maybe take that crown from Dalton today.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to see what those top drivers are able to do in just a second, and we'll pull up our standings in just a sec. In the meanwhile, I'm going to get to our qualifying so we can go ahead and move on through this here today. But let's take a look here real quick at our standings going in. So like we said, we are in the Chase, but still going on along with that is the best of the rest tournament, I should say, or standings as well for that. So let's go ahead and take a look first at the Chase going in. And let's, here we go. So Zach Panzarella with a pretty comfortable lead, but going into the Chase itself, which started last week at Watkins Glen, it was a 40-point lead, and Alex Hillman absolutely dominates that race and cuts it down to 25. Same for Cowgill. He kept it pretty even there with that second place finish, Panzarella finishing third, but not letting the bleeding get any worse than it already was. Still within striking distance. You see Matthews right there behind Cowgill, Sanchez in fifth, Geyer in sixth, so he'll need a big day today. Like we're probably expecting if we don't, or if he wants to have a chance at this championship. Christopher Cowgill in 7th, Brendan Lolis tied with him for 7th, 9th belonging to Grigsby, and 10th McGivern. And it looks like so far as we qualify, McGivern and Grigsby not here right now, Drugstore Cowboy. So big opportunity for a few of these guys.
Big opportunity indeed, but with such a small field size, I believe only 13 here today. You know, there's just, these guys are kind of hoping for Panzarella to have a bad day, but there's only so bad of a day that you can have with, this low of a field size. The worst he can do is 13th. So, these guys who are looking to make up ground, they really need a great day today. They need to be up in the top 5. They need to be getting stage points, and they need to finish well, or, at the very least ahead of Panzarella to have any hope of cutting into that lead.
Yeah, I think at this point it's going to be just a matter of chipping away. Panzarella has been very consistent, as you can see, leading the league in top 5s and top 10s. But anything can happen here, especially at a track like New Hampshire. Let's now take a look at our best of the rest standings going into this race. Oh, that's our best of the rest drivers. Let's take a look at the standings. Thomas Fox, he is here today. He is leading the best of the rest, but it's only by 1 point over Juan Delgado. Delgado showing so much improvement as of late. Case of Beer not able to make it here today, but Zab is here, and Zab has just been so fast all season, just has not had the finishes to show for it. So still all to play for in the best of the rest. Anyone you have your eye on there, Johnny Replay?
I have my eye on Thomas Fox, since he's points leader in the best of the rest right now, and compared to Juan Delgado, how he's been racing with little mishaps here and there, I think he's going to take that lead and make it bigger.
Yeah, Fox has had a great season, just barely missing the Chase. But right now, we're reading that best of the rest, so that would be an awesome trophy for either driver to take home as they're fighting for that. One more time, want to thank our sponsor, Connect and Cure, for sponsoring the New Hampshire Connect and Cure 150. So awesome, again, to have a great sponsor like them helping us out, helping make these broadcasts as possible as they are. So it really means a lot to all of us over here in the DDIRL. Beyond that, guys, let's take a look at our schedule as we'll go into the rest of our chase after this. Actually, one more thing, one more standings I want to pull up here before we move on from that. And that actually, in just a second. That's going to be our team standings. So let's take a look at this, because last week we actually did see one of the first switches in a long time. Backpack, or it was 44 ever to start the season, but as the season went on, Backpack just started chipping away at that gap, and they did take a lead for a handful of races. A lot of that having to do with Cody Gibson, just such a strong driver. But the rest of that team, made up of Ibarra, Sanchez, and why am I forgetting one of them right now? It is Lolis, I'm sorry. Also,
all right, guys, looks like most everyone qualified. I think I'll just wait up until Derek 1 and 2. But thank you guys all for showing up. Race 2 of the chase slash special event. I think we have nine today, and the one guy who's not here is on vacation national, so he'll talk. Yeah, so we're obviously pretty formal race lap.
No one needs to hear that, guys. Sorry about that. Leading back to looking at these team standings, though, last week a great race for DDI 44 ever. Panzarella finishing in 3rd, and Geyer, I believe, in 4th. So that actually was enough to give them a 13-point lead. So that's going to be something to keep our eye on. The 3 drivers representing 44 ever today will be Panzarella, Geyer, and Delgado. And then over on Backpack Racing, again, will be Ibarra, Sanchez, and Lolis. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch as these team settings are coming down the nitty-gritty. And this carried over from the regular season. So this has been running all year, and it's really cool to see these two guys still so close, DC.
It is. It is really nice to see these teams so close. The Backpack with Cody Gibson being gone, I think maybe had to call up the reinforcements to have any shot at staying in this. They needed that 3rd team member to bring in those points, because 44 ever, all their guys have been showing up, although of course McGivern having to miss today. But yeah, hopefully for them that's enough to keep this thing close.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun thing to keep up with as we get to the nitty-gritty of this season. So let's talk a little bit before we show you guys our qualifying results here. Let's talk a little bit about this track itself. So a pretty flat short track here. We've seen specific drivers have a lot of success here in the past. Of course, we talked about Dalton Geyer, someone definitely to look out for today. But to me, DC, it's often been kind of a specific track when it comes to talent and who is faster. What do you think sticks out here for, I guess, the ingredients of to success?
Well, you're gonna have to learn how to shift. I think a lot of guys, at least the top guys, are shifting down into 3rd, and they're getting that good drive off of the corner, straightening out the wheel, and getting that good run out of the corner down the straightaway is going to be huge.
Yeah, as you can tell with that track map on screen there, it's a weird shaped track. If no one told you, you'd swear it's something like Darlington, with how long those straights look. So you really got to make sure to have that corner exit. These guys will eat you alive. Again, only 13 in the field today, a smaller lineup than we're used to here in the DDIRL. That doesn't mean that's going to have any impact on the intensity. Qualifying has wrapped up. Let's take a look at who is going to put it on the pole today for race 2. And it's going to be Panzarello with, I think that is his 5th pole of the season there. Panzarella just barely edges out Dalton Geyer for that pole there. The teammates, the 44 ever teammates, I should say, will be making up the front row 1 and 2. 3rd place, chase driver Danny Sanchez. He has been really fast, DC, on these flatter tracks. I'm going to have my eye on Sanchez today. 4th will be Alex Hillman, last week's winner in a dominant fashion. Hillman looking to keep the momentum up. Rounding out, our top 5 will be Patrick Cowgill.
Down further in the field here in 6th, we have Cody Matthews. 7th, Mark Zabek. 8th, Brandon Lolis. 9th, Tommy Fox. 10th, Brandon Ibarra. 11th, Juan Delgado. 12th, Christopher Cowgill. And 13th, rounding out the field, newcomer Eric Gambrell.
Yeah, excited to see Eric Gambrell got his inaugural race in right before the regular season ended. So excited to see Gambrell here with us here today. And I think there's only one thing left to do, guys. Over to you, Kevin.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Kevin James understands the stakes, which means we obviously understand the stakes. It is all to play for, guys. Like we said, we are getting into the nitty-gritty of this chase. It was only going to be 4 races left in the season after this, and the majority of them, or not, I shouldn't say the majority, all of them at what people like to call cookie cutter mile and a halves. So if you're a short track guy, if you're a Joey Logano type guy, this is your chance to make your mark and to have a chance at this championship. There is our schedule for the rest of the way. We're going to Kansas next week, and then Old Atlanta, Chicagoland, and the final race of the season will be run at Homestead. But this is a big one, DC. These short tracks, they didn't not come, or I should say they've been a little bit few and far between here this season, as this will be 1 lap until we go green here.
Yeah, I believe the only one we've run, the only one that we ran in the regular season really was Richmond. Very, very different track, I would say. Or you know what? We did Iowa as well, actually, didn't we?
Yesterday with that win. Yeah,
so different varieties of short tracks. This is the first time we're seeing that kind of paperclip shape. So I'm interested to see. Oh boy, the the light of God on Alex Hillman's car back there.
Oh man, whoever designed that car had no idea how to make a spec map. That's embarrassing. As here we are, pace car is going to take that hard left into the pits this time around, and race 2 here at New Hampshire. The Connect and Cure 150 will get underway. It's going to be Panzarella with his 5th pole of the season, leading the field to green. Dalton Geyer's teammate will be on the outside, waiting on the waiting on the green flag from Barney, and there it is. Panzarella with a good jump. Danny Sanchez on the inside of Geyer already. Geyer not with the start he wanted. We are going with the flagman there. Sanchez closing in on Panzarella. A little bit of a boop. Another little boop by Sanchez. Sanchez really fast early, but always loose out of 2.
Oh.
Around goes Sanchez, and that, just like that, boys, will bring out the first caution of this race. What did I say about 13 drivers? Not very many, but that doesn't mean we're not going to see more yellows than we normally do here in the DDIRL.
That's the intensity level. That's cold tires and very easy to do out of turn 1 at this track. Honestly, turn 1 and turn 2 and turn 4. It's very easy to do that around here. Just, kind of spin the tires out of there, and the thing just loops around. Luckily for Sanchez, I don't think any damage. Nobody hit him, was able to lock it down. So he will have to go to the back of the field, but otherwise, no harm done.
Yeah, Sanchez with a great qualifying effort. It looked like he was going to have speed early right there. It was already showing, and we'll take a look right here at what happened. But we'll confirm here that Sanchez didn't hit anything. That's a 62 behind Panzarella. Sanchez with a ton of speed through 1 and 2 there. All those guys also, they hadn't started like that, right? I think a lot of guys had not thought about their entry speed on a restart yet. Sanchez clearly had it figured out, maybe too well. Gets loose on the exit there, and that is all she wrote for Sanchez. But like we said, confirm it right there, DC. Didn't hit anything, so it's almost like it never even happened for Sanchez, but he can kiss goodbye that 3rd place qualifying effort.
You know what? This set of tires too, that might have knocked some of the life out of those tires as well. So we'll see here. Just how that affects the drive from the back there.
On top of that too, I mean, I'm sure we're all sick of talking about it and hearing about it, but the dirty air in practice, a lot of drivers reporting that it had a big impact on their exits and their ability to wrap these corners and make these things turn. So, man, that dirty air is going to be something that Sanchez is going to be dealing with a lot more than he would have in that 3rd place starting position. He'd already gotten the inside of Geyer, was maybe going to complete a pass for 2nd. But Sanchez going to have a ton of speed in that truck. He showed it through qualifying. He was fast in practice. It's going to be fun to watch him work through this field, and lucky for him, only a field of 13 here today.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where I've heard this before, that stock cars only want to go one direction at a time. So if you try to go straight and if you try to accelerate and turn at the same time, car not going to like that. Yeah, just one of those things. I'm sure that's not going to be the last time we see that today.
No, I'd highly doubt it. But you're right. You got to be unwinding the wheel with all the pressure given the accelerator, and we are green again. Really good jump from Panzarella that time. Going to take off in front of Calgill and Geyer. Calgill and Geyer going to battle into 1 and 2 with Panzarella with a nice gap. Geyer overshoots it just a little bit there, going up the track ever so slightly, but able to wrap the top and get that big run. Going to try to fight Hillman here and hold on to 3rd place, but a good job by Calgill there to earn 2nd place on that restart.
Great jump there by Calgill, getting to 2nd. Oh, Matthews and Hillman. Oh, a little bit of contact it looked like there. That's, I mean, that we're gonna see a lot of that as well, with just how these exits go. You know, some of these guys are going to be tightening up on exits. Some of these guys are going to be tail whipping loose. We're going to see a lot of that here. Matthews and Hillman right beside each other. Geyer just trying to kind of hold back 2 lanes.
Matthews trying to make that inside work, but you can see that, yeah, he is, I think you're right. We're going to see some guys tight, some guys loose, maybe some guys both at the same time, but right now it's pretty obvious Matthews loose off right now, but completing that pass on Hillman doesn't have to sacrifice all that exit right there, and that's going to be able to let him get a little bit of clean air and control. Matthews, one of those drivers, our first winner ever, winning the first race in Daytona, and really a staple of consistency since, and being rewarded for that right now. He does have a chance at this championship. He is currently sitting, I believe, in 4th place, if not 5th, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that. But Matthews has done a great job. Yeah, currently sitting tied for 3rd with Calgill, the car 2 trucks in front of him. So really doing what he has to do early on here in this race. But look at that, tight out of 2, Johnny, and I think we're going to be seeing more of that as this run goes on.
Yeah, even right now, a couple seconds before you said that, I mean, look at Sanchez. He already came up. He had come up 4 spots, but same thing, that lost a little bit of control off of turn 2 and dropped down 1 again. But he's making up ground for that earlier mistake.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those tracks where it's one thing to catch him and it's another to pass him. Sanchez dealing with that right now, working on the inside of Chris Calgill. I see some smoke. Oh, Cody Matthews stalls up the field. Oh my goodness.
Oh, they're 4 wide.
Wow.
That was Calgill in the wall there.
Trying to
CC,
negotiate this.
Yeah.
Tony Fox leading it. Let me know if you can figure out what happened there, Johnny. Looks like, I think, something with Cody Matthews. He's fallen down to 6th place. 6th place, and Zab is up to 4th now. And he got past Hillman through that little exchange. So a lot
Cool, I got it ready for you.
Oh, that was quick. Let's take a look. Oh. Here we go. Go ahead.
So it looks like in turn 1, he loses control, and Alex Hillman is coming up on him.
Oh.
Oh, Hillman
Slightly taps him.
helps him out.
Then luckily 83 of
Man.
Lolis didn't
Hard on the brakes.
that.
Yeah, Lolis loses a lot of spots, though, and he gets wrapped up for his trouble. That's how Calgill hit the wall. Wow. That was eventful.
So Alex Hillman kind of helping Cody Matthews save that there, and yeah, that could have been a lot worse than it was.
Oh yeah, that definitely could have been huge. That could have affected 5 to 8 trucks, I think, right there. And we got a battle for the lead. Calgill looking to the outside of Panzarella.
Yeah, uses that outside, gets that big run, able to use all of the track out to the lead, and Geyer now tracking him down from 3rd, using the very bottom.
So we talked about Geyer going into this race, and really what you want to keep your eye out for is that long run speed that the 36 truck is going to have. DC, you talked before the race about how shifting is pretty much a requirement for these guys if you want to run out front. And I don't think there's anyone better in the field right now that's mastered the short track shifting more than the 36 Geyer. He's going to look at the inside of his teammate.
Yeah, just that deep sends.
And man, Johnny, look
Diamonding
how
the
low.
corner, bringing it down almost to that inside wall out of turn 4.
Exactly. That's what's sticking out to me. Look how low this 36 gets on the exits of these corners. Jeez. Looks like he's under caution, Johnny, with all that turn in. That 36 still has 14 laps in this run. We'll see what he can do to Patrick Calgill.
It's all about straightening out that wheel on exit. You know, getting all the turning out of the way so you can get that kind of explosiveness off the corner in that third gear.
A little bit further back, you have Matthews trying to recover from that half spin. Doesn't seem like he has too much damage after that little incident with Hillman there. That wasn't too bad, but he's already started to try to chip away at this field again. Ibarra behind him in 7th. Ibarra is already up to 3 spots from where he started. And Gabriel running in 8th, started in last place. He's all the way up to 8th. Looks like Gabriel doing a great job over there. Definitely a good amount of mixing up throughout this field, kind of from 7th to the tail of the field right now.
Saw Juan Delgado a little further back. A little loose moment there, a little wiggle, but he figured it out. Racing with Chris Cowgill there. But he's looking at Tommy Fox. So we're gonna have a battle for the lead here, I think.
Wow. And there it is
Geyer
again.
got it. Yeah.
Geyer pretty much on the exit of pit lane right there, just so unbelievably low. And here we go down the inside of Cowgill. Man, it is something to behold watching that 36 get around this racetrack, Johnny.
It is crazy. As you see everybody else sliding up and they're taking the middle lane, and Geyer's just down there. He's like, nobody's using this, I'm gonna use it.
Geyer this time gonna try the
high there.
top here, yeah. See if he can get a run. His teammate gonna ruin it and stick his nose down on the inside. And yeah, I think Geyer wanted to run a big diamond there. The 12 stuck his nose in. We saw that actually ends up killing the run of both trucks. Calculator got both real quick there, and now the teammates battling out for 2nd place. And this group of 3 has put 2.5 seconds on 4th place of North Ave.
Yeah, I think Geyer was having trouble with just the grid, the huge run that Cowgill was able to get on the outside. Just wasn't really getting the run he needed to on the inside. So now he's gonna go for the crossover here on his teammate. Yeah, just wasn't able to get that exit on the low side, went up to the high side, and it cost him because Panzarella was almost seemed like he was ready for it, was able to dive it in and make that pass.
And I think good news for 44 Ever right now, the 2 teammates throwing slide jobs at each other in crossovers, but still catching Cowgill, and there goes Geyer to the inside.
The inside, and that, oh man, that is almost scraping the wall right there.
Yeah, the inside wall. Behind them, Hillman and Zab battling it out. So lots of action on this racetrack right here. Geyer gonna try to throw the slider on Patrick, barely not able to get there, so close. Patrick Cowgill, is not able to wrap the corner. We'll see if that opens the door for Panzarella. Geyer to the lead, he's ready to lead some laps here. And yeah, Panzarella's gonna try the inside here, this time on Patrick Cowgill. Throws the slide job, oh man, that was close.
Big slider there. Cowgill maybe thinking better of using the bumper this early on, but still gonna go back at him for the crossover. You use that bottom line drift up. Both guys kind of drifting up here, still giving each other room. We've seen these guys battle countless times. It looks like Panzarella gonna get the better of the exchange here.
Yeah, a lot of experience battling with one another there. Between that 31 and that 12 in multiple leagues, PRL, MRL, and now here in the DDIRL, and only 4 championships, so these guys are used to this. And then behind them, Hillman does complete that pass on Zab. Oh man, big loose moment. I think that was dating Sanchez. It was. Did you see that in the top of your screen? Sanchez so loose out of 2 there, like we saw early in this race. And I think what you speculated about earlier, DC, which was that early spin having the effects later in the run. I think that's starting to catch up with Sanchez here.
It might be catching up with him, but at the same time, like, he's already up to 8th as well. As I say that, his teammate sends it in to take one more spot from him, send him back down to 9th. Yeah, these guys just having fun back here. Oh, a little bump perhaps.
Oh man, a lot of hard racing between teammates here. Just like Geyer and Panzarella going at it, and nice with the backpack teammates of Lois and Sanchez going at it for 8th place. I think neither driver wanting to be there. Both in the chase, both chasing the championship. So they definitely were hoping to run better, but it's still early. We've got 150 laps around this track here today. And at lap 75, we will award stage points in the top 7. There will not be a caution, but that is big news, guys. So while we all early in this race here, Johnny, we really want to get these positions here, especially every point can be mattering this late in the season.
And you know what? This is a team that we've known to be very good on the long run too. So I fully expect them to keep making their way through the field. You know, how many times have we seen it where, you know, by the end of a long run, we're looking at a 1, 2, 3, sometimes a 1, 2, 3, 4 backpack racing running order.
Yeah, I mean, especially at these shorter tracks, they really have seemed to have it down, absolutely controlling the Iowa race. So those guys definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. Just early bad luck. And speaking of long runs, look at this. I think we're really starting to see this kick in, as look at Cowgill, already 1.5 seconds behind Geyer and a full second behind Panzarella. He was leading this race not too long ago.
He's starting to almost fall into the clutches of Alex Hillman, who's done a great job so far of protecting the tires. And on pace right now, he's right around where Geyer and Panzarella are.
Yeah, Hillman really did a great job taking care of his stuff, and we'll see if he's able to close that gap to Cowgill, or continue to, I should say, and then what he's able to do about his subsidiary DDI teammates, Panzarella and Geyer. Hillman, of course, the leader of DDI Vortex, and it's definitely led that team to a lot of success. Currently sitting fourth in the team standings. And Johnny, what do you know about how long these guys can go on fuel if it does come down to that?
From what I've heard, it was about 40-ish laps.
Okay.
Like 40, 42.
So with the extra set of tires, that keeps things fairly standard for these guys. They got 4 sets of tires. That is about a 3-stop race if it was to stay green. Smaller field, but like we saw, caution on lap 1, so that's going to be hard to predict. What would you be doing in terms of strategy? Do you think you're going to see some undercuts here, or too big of a risk with that caution falling at the wrong time?
See, if I were to choose a strategy, I'd be pitting every 30th lap. Because if you have 4 sets of tires, you pit in lap 30, 60, 90, 120, you end the race with tires that are good for only 30 laps. Versus if you do try to do a 3 pit stop, that's 4, 8, 12. Oh wait, is that about the same?
It is the same, but
you know what?
You get to take them off a lot
But
earlier.
you get
that undercut.
Yeah, I mean, I would still stick with the 30th. My math was a little bit wrong.
Not this hard.
Yeah,
I would agree with you. I would agree with you if not for the stage break, because you can split the stage in two with the amount of gas that you have. But if you go 30-30, you're taking two pit stops before the stage, and it's just not going to work out for you as far as, you know, if you want stage points.
Remember, we're staying
but if you're
so no green per se, but you are right.
Wait, and you do have 8 drivers today that are in the chase?
Yeah, correct.
Right? So, okay, now that is a big ample.
Yeah.
But you guys see it from a perspective of champions. I see it from a perspective of amateurs. I'm here for the amateur intellect.
I mean, hey, it's we've seen a lot of that in this league too. Chris Cowgill loves to lead those laps by staying out. We'll see if he does that again today. And we just saw it on screen. Alex Hillman collecting 3rd place from Cowgill. Clearly took good care of his stuff. Now we can see if he can do anything about Panzarella and Geyer. But man, Cowgill's just got to be a little bit frustrated. That's 3 slide jobs in a row.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? It might be frustrating, but there's just not much he can really do about it. With just, he might have burned up the tires. So that's something he's just gonna have to deal with for now, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be unfortunate right now. We're gonna take what he learned this run and hopefully be able to apply it to the next one. And right here, all 3 backpack drivers, probably not in the situation they'd love to be in, racing each other for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Currently on screen right there is Ibarra. Looks like Lolis has found something here in the long run, doing a great job driving that bottom, and that seems to be the fastest line around here. And I think whatever you're seeing that 36 doing is what he should be doing, and that he's hugging the bottom.
Yeah, a lot of different lines. Yeah, there you see Sanchez running the ooh.
Oh! Nice
saved it.
Well, Oh, big moment there for Sanchez again. A great save that time, though. And that time it was the wall. There wasn't any grass that helped him out. 33 laps in this run, so I'm surprised we're not seeing that from more guys, Johnny. I'm surprised we're not seeing more guys coming out at 2 and 4 and just absolutely plowing until they're not, until they get too loose and just destroy the inside wall.
I think that's where the shifting helps, because if you start seeing yourself getting really close to the wall and you haven't shifted yet or downshifted, that should be able to help you out to narrowly avoid the wall.
Yeah, let's actually give away the secrets of Dalton Geyer real quick. We'll go on board with the leader and we'll see what he's able to do. And there's that shift right there. If you hear it, try to turn him up a little bit. And you're so right about that, Jonathan. You really see that's the point where he's able to turn in and able to really wrap that ball up. Here it is again. There's the downshift, and that's where you start to see the truck turn. And just look how low. I don't know how Geyer does that. Let's go with someone like Patrick Cowgill. Yeah, here we go. Cowgill is not hitting, or I'm sorry, is not shifting. If he is, he's doing it in a completely different way, DC. Let's see here. No, that's going to be fourth all the way around. And just look how much wheel you have to put into that truck to make it turn.
Yeah, let's see it into the one here. Yeah, he's.
Oh, you hear the tires.
You see a bug fly into the windshield there. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like his approach is more. Seems like the steering is kind of more evenly kind of distributed through the whole corner. He's really kind of hitting that apex in the middle. Not as harsh of a diamond as Geyer might be doing. Yeah, let's see what Alex Hillman's doing here.
He is shifting. Just funny, going into this race, I actually spoke with Hillman, and he told me there's no way he was shifting. So Hillman, I think, had a change of heart when he saw what that 12 and 36 were doing. Teammates of his, he knew that was the game plan for them. And Hillman learning it quickly, and I think that's the advantage of being a very versatile driver like Hillman is. We saw how good he was last week at Watkins Glen, and that comes from his GT3 background. And I think even here, DC, that GT3 background is going to really help when you have to adapt quickly at a track like this and stop off.
Yeah, and that line looks very similar to what the leader's doing right now.
Check Panzarella now.
But
Panzarella's actually experimenting.
Ranking that wheel. Yeah, you know, and I think maybe what Hillman ran into is at a certain point when you're in fourth gear, you know, when you're staying in fourth gear, it just that fourth gear, it just slogs out of that corner, and like you're just like, come on, go faster, but like it takes a while for those RPMs to get back up again. So you kind of need that third gear to you know, get the speed back up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I could not agree more. It seems like a complete necessity. And we talked about it about 20 laps ago, to look out for these backpack guys in the long run. And lo and behold, here we are, DC. Ibarra up to fourth, Lolis battling Cody Matthews for fifth. You saw right there in that previous lap the SimWorld teammates of Patrick Cowgill and Zab bring it down for their pit stops. No surprise there, I don't think, to see Cowgill, one of the guys very eager to get that thing in the pits.
Cody Matthews right now, inside the backpack.
Very nice.
Oh no!
Nice saves.
Oh boy, yeah, what a save. I'm not sure how much damage that's gonna cause to those vehicles, but yeah, what a save. Matthews just getting in a little too hot, very easy to do. Into the pits.
Here comes Geyer.
And this is gonna be probably everybody.
It's gonna bring in his teammate as well.
After this, just about.
And here comes Hillman, so all three DDI trucks will bring down. Patrick Cowgill gonna blend around, but that is to get his lap back. We'll see if he's able to do anything. He went for the undercut there. He pits a handful of laps, I believe 4 laps before the DDI trucks do. So we'll see if that's enough to regain the lead, as stage points very, very important here. Quick update on our best of the rest standings. Tommy Fox, current leader, He is blending up to second right now. He still has to bring it down into the pits, and Juan Delgado has kept it clean. He has followed his DDI teammates down, leaving behind somewhere behind. Oh, there he is. Delgado pitting right there. So those two are... Oh, no! Around goes Matthews!
Oh, Matthews.
Oh, no! And I have to go back to Delgado.
Wow.
Johnny, get us that. Cody Matthews, and are we going to stay green here? I don't believe so.
Yep, caution is out.
Have it ready.
Caution's out. Let's take a look. So Matthews to the inside of Gambrell. Gambrell coming off a rough day yesterday in VRL. 3 cautions to his name. Not all his fault, though. And Matthews just loose on entry right there. And that's all she wrote.
Oy. Yeah, that's something I'm sure a lot of guys were feeling coming out of pit road. You know, I wonder too if the damage had anything to do with that. If he did get maybe a little bit of damage that messed with the arrow a little bit on that contact with Lawless.
Good point. It doesn't take much to really mess with the arrow on these race cars. That could very well be what happened to Cody Matthews there. And obviously that was a green flag pit stop initially for Matthews. So whether or not he found out he got damage there, that doesn't change anything about whether you're changing it. So not a big surprise there for Matthews if that was the case. So you guys might be seeing a few pink cars up front here today. You have Panzarella over in the 805 Vibes 4 paint scheme. And then not too far behind, you have Alex Hillman. Somewhere down there is a paint scheme behind all that light of God, as we like to call it. But the reason for that, and I don't even know if I did, thank God I brought the flyer. 805 Vibes is coming on next weekend, guys. DDIRL Inc.'s main sponsor of this league is an automotive culture and events company, and their yearly Ventura County car show is coming up next weekend. So September 28th over at the Casa Agria Brewery in Oxnard, California. Going to be an awesome mix of cars, an awesome mix of vibes. I mean, obviously, music too. There'll be live music the entire time. There's some great local bands. A beer release. We'll be releasing a Pilsner in collaboration with Casa Agria. I mean, there's so much to do at this car show. We're giving away a full vinyl wrap. It's going to be great. And get this, Johnny. I think that we're going to have, for the first time, well over 100 cars at 805 Vibes.
As long as they're all nice cars.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We don't discriminate. But it is nice seeing that place packed out.
Imagine if you're that way about the league, as long as they're fast drivers. Oh, God, we get that. As we are getting ready to line this up, one thing that we saw was 2 guys who stayed out were Fox and Gambrill. They did bring it down, and Geyer and Panzarella did not go a lap down, so they did not even need to take the wave around. A few other drivers did, but it's going to be Geyer leading them to green here. The undercut did not work for Calgill. Panzarella in second. Great start for Geyer. And here we go into 1 and 2, 36, continuing to control this race.
Calgill looking to the inside of Panzarella here. Lawless trying to get that 4th position from Zab. Hillman stuck on the inside there. Big run from that outside lane.
Calgill, oh man, sends it hard on the inside. Panzarella cuts the nose off. That might open the door for Lawless and Zab. 3 wide behind them with Hillman. Oh no, and there goes Gambrill.
Oh!
Gambrill around. That will likely bring out yet another caution.
And you know, I told you we might see that again.
Yeah.
I wonder if Tommy Fox got a piece of that. It looked like he was able to get out of the way like just in time. He kind of scooped it up the track there.
Oh man, let us know when you have it, Johnny. We will find out those answers. Gambrill, I mean, we've seen a lot of single car spins here as we take a look at this one. So far, they've mostly been harmless. We'll see if this one stays the same. Almost gets into Ibarra. That's probably what made Gambrill grab a lot of point there. Oh, Fox barely escapes.
Had to crank it. Can we get it? Can we get the in-car view from Tommy Fox?
Get us the in-car view of Fox. That's going to be hilarious. Let me know when it's ready, and we'll take a look at that. With that insanely short run,
okay, it's ready.
I did not anticipate anyone to hit here, and let's just see just how close Tommy Fox was run to the sun here. Where do you go, DC? Oh! Could not fit a piece of paper between those 2 trucks.
I hope he was wearing his brown pants.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, you know, at this point, these drivers in the DDIRL would know to do that for these races, as it's become a regular occurrence here. But that is going to be 48 laps complete. I think another reason we're seeing a lot of these guys leave it out here and not want to pick quite yet is that stage coming up. Lap 75, the stage points will pay out, and those are going to be huge in this race. You need to get those points wherever you can in this chase. So I think everyone focus on lap 75. Again, we're not going to get a stage break for it. However, that will, I think, probably be when these guys start to think about picking again. I think until then, you're just right until that number.
Yeah, you can make it to the stage from here, so I don't imagine, unless there's another caution, we'll see anybody else dipping down pit road. Yeah, these guys probably just going to run out at least to the stage, and then then things might get funky, but yeah, we'll have to wait till at least lap 75 before that.
And there goes Geyer teasing all the drivers in this race. Yep, he came back. He always comes back. See, he always comes back, so no one getting.
He went to that special place.
Yep, he has to go to his comfort zone. Some people meditate. Geyer just disappears for a couple seconds and comes back. A different man most times. You see a lot of these guys. You see Panzarella there. You see Gambrel warming up those tires pretty dramatically. We've seen enough single car spins to not want to come a victim of that. So here we go to be, I believe, our fourth restart of this race. It's going to be Geyer again, leading the green on the inside. Panzarella on the outside. Calgill and Morales will be controlling the second row. And great jump there by the 36. Completely drives away from his teammate. It looks like he's going to take Patrick Calgill with him. Yes, he is.
Yeah, a lot of different. I don't know how to say it. A lot of different acceleration points on that restart. Things kind of single filing out very quickly up towards the front there. It's now Panzarella under attack from Lolas, from Zabik, and Hillman kind of peeking his nose in there. Ibarra now on his tail.
Yeah, this is the worst. We've seen that 12 truck run all day today, down to third place, but under pressure here from Lolas, Zab, and Hillman, all fast trucks. And that really is what it is. Neat where you get in that dirty air, and Ibarra these things can really drive, and it just all kind of compounds. And that's someone like Cody Matthews still recovering from his earlier instance in 10th place right now. He's trying to recover from that as well. But man, it's making it difficult for these drivers. You see Panzarella kind of playing that game on Lolas right now, trying to control the air.
So yeah, things kind of starting to spread out. You see Ibarra on the back of Hillman there. Big battle here between Sanchez and Fox. Matthews. Oh, Tommy Fox.
And Chris Calgill, I think, avoiding it, nearly spins himself out. That's not nearly as bad as that was for Fox. Matthews just gets into him on the exit of the corner. I mean, definitely not anything intentional, but that is
and we're still green.
One. Yeah, we are still green. That did end up happening off the racing surface. Let me know when we take another look at that, Johnny, and we will.
We're ready.
All right, let's do this. Let's see here. Keep your eye on that 10 and the 57 here. Up the track goes Matthews, just not able to wrap the bottom of the way he wanted to, and Tommy Fox is the one who ends up paying for it. And that is Chris Calgill behind them, who's kind of reacting to it, spinning himself out, but not hitting anything. Oh boy, I think Fox, he's in the pits.
One save.
There he is.
And pretty much instant cue up over the radio from Matthews there. Did not mean to do that. And Tommy Fox queuing up right after that. No bad blood there. Just just very unfortunate racing incident.
It's always the nicest guys who get those incidents who happen. Tommy Fox, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Yeah, heard that over the video as well. Very cool about it, understanding that we're all struggling with that. To see Lolas slap the outside wall out of 4 there, and already we are only, 15 laps in this set of tires as there's T Fox rejoin the track. So he did use that fast repair. That 57 a lot better. Minimize his time spent in the pits, and he's back out here. Nice pass there by Hillman and on Ibarra. Hillman up to 5th place. So Fox, I mean, all things considered, only 2 laps down. We had enough cautions. He could end up having a lead lap and try to continue to race for that best of the rest. But Johnny Replay, that's a big moment for this driver right here, Juan Delgado, running in 11th now, 2 spots ahead of Fox. That would be enough right now to take that best of the rest standings lead.
That would be, but if you've been seeing how Delgado's been racing, he's been staying at the back of the pack I'm assuming to avoid anybody, avoid hurting his own vehicle, his own truck. So who knows if he might end up letting them pass them too, and then eventually Fox takes like, let's say if there are cautions and Fox does take that those 2 laps back, will Delgado just keep running in the back to keep himself safe, or is he going to turn up the heat now?
Yeah, that is going to be interesting to see what that does to Delgado's mentality. Obviously, knowing that Fox is in trouble, Fox just driving the field, got past Delgado, so many teams trying to stop the bleeding. It's a big hit there for Ibarra on the exit, that tail, but how did he not lose any speed? Oh my goodness.
Well, you know what? We were talking about, speaking of best of the rest drivers, how about Mark Zabek up in 8th? Who's really, oh man, these guys just.
Whoa, Sanchez.
Putting on a show here. That's that last stage point position there, 7th place. Zab's got some time to make up here. He's only got about 15 laps to do it. But that kind of top 7 right there, as I point at my screen, that nobody can see me
You
doing.
get you one of those what are they called, tellus?
Yeah, get me.
I don't know if I can trust
yes,
you with it.
Please.
Because, could be some valid shapes, but I'll give you a shot.
I draw really I draw really nice.
I'm sure you're just like on
from practice or practicing those shapes.
I mean, there's only one way.
It comes to me naturally.
What movie
I
was
think.
that? The one with McLovin.
Superbad?
Yep, Superbad. Pretty much Jonah Hill and Superbad. Alright, well, on that note, I want to shout out one more shout out to our sponsor, Hampshire, and also the driver who made it all possible. That is Patrick Cowgill. He is who brought in that sponsorship, so the 31. Making his sponsor proud right now. Let's give him that TV time he deserves. Running in 2nd place. And Cowgill, DC, since we got the chase underway, has been doing what he needs to do to give himself a shot at this championship. I think the only bad thing for him is every time he's looked in his rearview mirror, well, I mean, granted, it was 30 seconds behind it, so you couldn't see it last week, but every time he's figuratively looked in his rearview mirror, it's been the guy he's been trying to catch.
Yeah, it's not really clicking yet as far as catching up to Geyer, but yeah, and actually now it kind of seems like we're getting the replay of the first run where the rest of this field is starting to reel him in. Those tires maybe starting to wear, but it's a lot more guys that are going to be knocking at his door here. You got Panzarella, Lolis, Hillman, Ibarra, and Sanchez all kind of under a blanket here as we come towards the end of this stage.
Yeah, the only simple thing so far for the stage is Geyer. He has run away from Cowgill, and while Panzarella is reeling in Cowgill, he is not reeling in Dalton Geyer. Geyer putting down the fastest laps on the track by a pretty wide margin. Last time around, one of only a handful of trucks putting laps in the 30-second margin. The only other 2 were Lolis and Panzarella. But Geyer, again, just so fast right now. Continuing to do what he has to do, and really has that luxury right now where he can save his stuff with that nice 1.7 second gap he's built up. And I don't think he has to worry too much about that 12 of Panzarella because he still has to get past Patrick Cowgill.
Yeah, nobody really having anything for that 36 thus far.
And here goes Panzarella. Look at the inside. And I'll tell you what, DC, this is happening fast. That was 0.3 slower last lap for Patrick Cowgill than that 12. So I think the 12 can make this pass. But if there's one thing that Patrick Cowgill knows how to do, it's fight for position.
Yeah, he's been really good on that high line in the early parts of this race. Just really good at getting that run off the corner to fight back against these kind of dive bombs here, which, I mean, that's kind of what you have to do to make a pass around here, is send it in deep and hopefully get clear. Either get clear and go for the slide job, or hope it sticks if the guy's still alongside you.
Right, and then you saw right there the 12 had to block a little bit down the backstretch to keep Patrick Cowgill from trying that that crossover move. but makes it work. Panzarella back up to second place, chasing down his teammate as Geyer continues to put down lightning fast laps. A little bit faster, but by 2/1000ths of a second that last lap was Panzarella. So he has a long way to go. 9 laps to the completion of this stage until those points pay out. So that is going to be big for Dalton and really big for Panzarella to get in front of Cowgill there and try to just control what he can with these standings right here. That pole today was big, got to lead a couple laps, and now just has to do what he can. And I think not worry too much about that 36 as he continues to just be the class of the field. But really, I mean, I think this is the points racing part of the season for a lot of these guys, and that 12 is certainly one of them.
And a track like this, a track like New Hampshire, it's really important to not. Oh, this Ibarra got the wall a little bit there. But it's really important to not let the car behind you dictate your pace, or how deep you're driving into the corner, or how much you're using these tires. You really just kind of have to stay inside your own head and kind of run your race the track. It's very easy to get broken out of that when you see a guy behind you, send it in deep, but you have to have the confidence of, I'm going to have the runoff, and I don't have to then do anything else to compensate. I'm just going to have the runoff to stay ahead.
Yeah, I agree. Johnny, did anything happen to Sanchez and Chris Cowgill? Seeing those two way further behind than they should be suddenly, and they're both. I thought they pit, but according to my data, they did not. And there goes Sanchez off the track. Oh, it's a pit. That's one way to take a shortcut.
Let me look that up for you.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find what happened.
Panzarella and Cowgill, I thought I saw.
Oh, and wait,
next to each other.
That's Hillman and Cowgill. So Cowgill leading continues. Yeah, they look very similar this week. As now Hillman has just been lights out once we hit about that 25 lap mark on these runs. As wow, you can tell that Cowgill dealing with a lot in that 31 truck.
So Cowgill, the only thing I see is from the incident earlier.
Interesting stuff. Keep our eyes on that. But we're getting close to this stage completion. As I see smoke. As here is Hillman and Sanchez rejoining.
Sanchez.
So far so good. Sanchez probably gonna be on some cold tires here. It's behind Hillman and Cowgill is Hillman still trying to complete that pass. And look at that difference in tires for Sanchez. Oh, but they're cold though. Oh,
Cowgill sticking with Hillman here, so Sanchez is going to have to send this 3 wide if he wants it, I think.
And there's
you know what? Oh, Sanchez exercising a lot of patience here.
Really is.
With these two guys. Yeah, there we go. So now they're single file. This should be a much easier move at this point.
Sanchez
runs Cowgill up a little bit.
Wow.
Oh, there it is.
And around he goes. Oh, locks it down just in time. Oh, Matthews. Oh, Tony Fox doesn't need that. And we are going to be under caution again. We saw that one on screen, so you're good there, Johnny. Don't worry.
Actually, I have a replay for you.
Oh,
So
okay.
I found what happened earlier.
Okay, let's take a look. Here we go. I'll pull that up. Go ahead and show us.
So this is coming out of turn 4. And then it looks like Zavik just flew by him. I don't know if maybe it spooked him.
Huh.
But he goes to the side and just slows down. I don't see any sort of damage.
Oh,
maybe
he missed the pits, didn't he?
Oh, that's possible, or maybe some kind of tech malfunction.
Yeah.
But let's see a
4.
little more context here.
Okay, go ahead and play it from here. Yeah, let's go real time. I don't know what happened.
There's a little shake up here, right there. Little shake up in the rear.
But he keeps slowing down. Yeah, I'm
thinking equipment malfunction. It looks like he
Something
couldn't
weird,
steer
yeah.
or something, and then he comes back there. Truck is still ultra loose for him. Huh.
Yeah, that seems like something broke.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, that's going to complete our stage. We heard it from the league admins there that... Oh, wait, what did I miss? Go ahead. Doing some Sanchez detective work out here.
See that right rear corner?
Yeah, that thing is dented in, and that is not fun here at this track. So that could be why he's so loose.
So maybe got the wall at some point.
Right.
Or do you think it was the incident with Zabik?
I don't think it was that one.
Look, there's
Oh,
no... If
there-
you check the replay again. Let me do this real quick.
You know what? There did look like it did look like there was some netcode of some kind there. Like it didn't look like they touched,
Oh, yeah,
but
'cause look, that truck is perfect. Oh man, that did damage him.
yeah, weird. Like, and it happened kind of quickly, but I think that was netcode. I think, like, I don't think those guys actually touched like that.
I would agree with that. That was an interesting one. So that was the stage. Lap 72 is when the admins there had just announced they were going to complete it. So it was Geyer, Panzarella, Hillman, Patrick Cowgill, Lolis, Cody Matthews, and I believe Ibarra and Zab were the last ones. I'm sorry, Ibarra was the last one to collect stage points. Chris Cowgill left it out. As everyone else brought it down for 4 fresh ones. Chris Cowgill is going to stay out. He's going to collect that lap lead, so the bonus points for that. But on top of that, he's going to be in the lead as we get to go green here. That is going to throw a monkey wrench in this whole system here, DC.
Chris Cowgill using the bringing out the old Dave Marcus special.
Yep.
If anybody remembers, if anybody's watching back in the day, yeah, staying out to lead a lap. We'll see how it works out for him.
Yeah, Death Taxes and Chris Cowgill staying out the lead laps. Oh, big stack up on the inside there. It's like Geyer, Panzarella, Ibarra, and Cowgill getting together. And here we go into 1 and 2. I see damage on the back of the 12. I don't see too much on the 31. Certainly some damage on the 12. Cowgill up the track. Geyer, that's all he needed. And oh man, big stack ups here through the field.
Big stack ups indeed. They're 3 wide back there.
Oh, and Panzarella's loose.
Oh.
Saves
Saved
it.
it. Oh, Lolis was checking up for it, and Matthews just into the back of him.
Nice save by Lolis, all things considered. That's going to bring out a caution. I think Panzarella got some damage with that incident there with Patrick Cowgill. Didn't really know how it was going to impact that truck, and we found out going into 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, it was that big stack up on the restart. It looked like, I think maybe Cowgill went for kind of a late, at least later in the restart zone than maybe guys were thinking he would, and just got that whole bottom lane checked up, and oh wow,
Man, that was close.
yeah,
Now you
Lolis
see Matthews into
checked
Lolis
up,
right
and
there.
yeah, Matthews just not able to get to that break in time.
Great job by
maybe
Lolis.
Perhaps couldn't even see what was happening to Panzarella, because he was kind of tucked in on Lolis too.
I completely agree. That could definitely be what we saw there. These cars going to make their way around the track right now. I'd assume no one outside of Chris Cowgill. You see Panzarella in the pits. That's probably for some damage repair. Looks like Lolis in as well. That's definitely going to be damage repair. Tommy Fox in the pits. Maybe trying to get in the same strategy as everyone else after stopping the bleeding earlier. So that's great for Fox. But yeah, that was an interesting one. Panzarella had a good amount of speed. He was running second early stages of this race, collected those second place stage points, but just like that, he's going to have the whole field to work his way through, and just that little amount of damage was enough to upset that truck. And I think we were onto something when we were speculating about guys like Danny Sanchez and just how easy it is to spin once you have a little bit of, I think especially rear end damage.
Yeah, that rear end damage really kind of sneaks up on you too. You know, you just get that little tap, and then all of a sudden, you go into the corner at your, regular kind of speed and intensity that you would enter a corner, and it just doesn't stick.
Yeah, it certainly is tough at these flat short tracks here to race with any damage. I mean, it's almost like you'd rather have engine damage, because that lack of horsepower is not going to make the truck as upset as any aero damages. But it's going to be Geyer again leading us to green. It's going to be Alex Hillman this time. You can get used to some 805 vibes, cars around, or trucks around him. But Geyer's been brilliant on the restarts. We'll see how he does in this one. Another really good one, but Hillman doing a good job trying to stay even, but Patrick Cowgill has been lights out in that second row, third place. He's going to look to the inside of Hillman here and try to make another pass for second place.
Hillman up the track here, trying to get that good exit. Oh, a little bit of door-to-door contact there. Ibarra trying to squeeze in on the outside, around the outside of Cowgill there. Stay with him, but yeah, just not enough room there. So now he's going to go for the crossover. So now they're 3 wide back there.
What do we look at?
For fourth. Yeah, Ibarra makes the pass on Cowgill. That's the farthest up the field I think that we've seen a backpack racing car today, and we're certainly seeing why why his teammates wanted him back here today.
Yeah, we really are. Ibarra, a welcome sight for backpack racing. And Johnny, let's try to. Ibarra loose through 2 and 3 there. Gathers it back up. Oh man, maybe it's not, or through 3 and 4, maybe it's not time quite yet, because there's so much action still on the track. You see Gambrell looking to the inside of Zab, Panzarella trying to make up for it. Oh my gosh, Lolis enters the picture. What a send by the A3 of Lolis. So much to play for. Loose is Gambrell. Panzarella to his outside, just praying he doesn't come back up the track. Gambrell able to gather it back up. Good job by the 46 there. Panzarella going to get in their spot. He is back up to 7th place. Delgado up the track into the wall. Goes to 14. That's what Tommy Fox wants to see. Tommy Fox is back on the lead lap, looking to get those positions back and get that or keep that best of the rest championship all to himself. He is catching up quickly to Delgado, especially if laps like that continue. You see Sanchez on the inside of Delgado trying to recover from yet another spin. Sanchez so much speed in that season 2, but has not been able to link together a run that he can really move through the field with yet. Up front, we still got Geyer with a good lead over Hillman. Got Patrick Cowgill in 3rd, Ibarra, like we said, running great over in 4th, Cody Matthews in 5th. And now I think we have a little bit of time, Johnny, to do a little team feature. And the first team we're going to take a look at is going to be Backpack Racing. So we'll start with Brandon Ibarra, the only real, I guess you could say, part-timer left here on Backpack. One of the best, or was not eligible for best of the rest. So really out here just helping out with the team standings and doing a great job doing it.
Yeah, and speaking of team standings, you know, they did have Cody Gibson, who unfortunately had to drop out of the chase. And even though every win from that team came from Cody Gibson, I mean, they're still a force to be reckoned with. They're second in points, 2 less top 5s than DDI Forever, and 2 less top 10s than DDI Forever.
And 6 less races, which is a thing that sticks out to me a lot too.
And they're a team that came in during our last exhibition race. So they're completely new drivers that none of us have seen, and they just, for them to dominate is insane. And even though they've had bad luck in this race, they're still one of the cleanest teams based on incidents per races ran.
They are. Yeah, there it is, the data right there. With pretty much average incidents per race, Backpack is the cleanest team in the league right now. So Lolis, Ibarra, and Sanchez, definitely a welcome addition to this league. And yeah, just by chance, happened to race the last exhibition. This league was lucky enough to get this awesome set of drivers, an awesome team, and they have been putting on a show week in and week out, doing it cleanly and having a great time with it. So that's been awesome to see. Great job going through them. There's Lolis right now, currently running in 9th place. Daniel Sanchez finding himself 2 laps down. Really needs to hope for more of those cautions. But DC, like we talked about, small field, but that doesn't mean anything here in New Hampshire. We have seen a good chunk of cautions already.
Yeah, we at this rate, we actually may see more cautions than drivers.
We may, which is something. And Ibarra and Cody Matthews doing their best to make sure that's the fact, or that's what happens. Oh boy, that is some close racing right there between the 10 and the 4.
Close, but keeping it clean so far. Oh, Matthews closing it off there. Furthest up the field we've seen Matthews today, I believe. great recovery. He's kind of either been the subject or gotten a piece at least of pretty much every incident so far. All the cautions so far almost. It's a great recovery here for him today. It's now his SWM Black Wolf stablemate, Mark Zabek, tries to put Ibarra under attack here.
And you see Panzarella dealing with that dirty air behind them, trying to recover from that damage from Cowgill. Right now, just probably going to follow Zap through and see if he can make this pass. As you see Ibarra raise the wall right there. Ibarra was lights out fast in the first long run, so surprised to see him struggling a little bit here. But granted, that was some intense battling he had to deal with pretty much this entire latter half of the race on that side of terraces. Oh, Zabek a little bit loose there, exiting too. So these tires really starting to bother these drivers. Guys are going to look to the inside of Zab here. Oh, around goes Ibarra into Panzarella. Oh, and Gambrel.
My goodness.
Sanchez locks up. Oh, Lolis gets into Sanchez. Delgado a little bit around, avoiding the wreck. He's going to stay off of everything. And we are back under yellow. Comteer's jinx strikes again.
Well, that was probably, I mean, despite all the cautions, that was probably the biggest incident we've seen today, involving the most drivers. It's been mostly single car spins so far, but this is the first wreck to, with kind of multiple hard contact points, as we saw. You can get Johnny Replay to bring up our replay here.
Here we go. Keep your eye on the 4 of Ibarra here. Loose on entry. Similar to what we saw Panzarella do. Panzarella not sure what to do. He's going to go around with them. And then behind there, I think Gambrel. Oh, Panzarella shoots up the track right into Gambrel. Big hit for Gambrel. Big damage for the championship leader. Sanchez tries to lock up, and then Lolis, his teammate, gets in the back of him, and there goes that lucky dog for Sanchez. Just like that. That is brutal for the 62. Then right there behind that, you see Delgado with a residual spin, but no damage there. But that is kind of what we've been flirting with all race. We've been flirting with disaster, DC, and I think it finally hit us there.
Yeah, unfortunate for Gambrel here, who got the worst of it. It looks like, I wonder, he might just be done here.
Yeah,
with that damage.
Fast repair could already be used. We saw Gambrel in an early incident. That could be enough to end this. The day the 46 will see if it is. As of right now, Gambrel still, I think, getting it fixed. Let's see. Yeah, there he is. Going to continue with the race. Is Gambrel. So good to see so far. Panzarella used that fast repair there. You can see that 12 in perfect condition again. So there goes that for the championship leader this race. And man, you lose control of your running position. You're seeing how quickly it can devolve into this madness here for the 12. Now leading this race is going to be Hillman, who I think stayed out, DC.
Hillman lost track, I think, of how many tire sets were left.
Yeah.
So a bit of a mishap there. Chris Cowgill maybe just staying out just for the heck of it here. You know what? Maybe, I mean, he'll probably look like a genius here if we get a caution at the right time and he has an extra set of tires. But yeah, Hillman and Cowgill making up that front row. Be interesting to see how Geyer and Cowgill navigate that.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. I think, Hillman, also a veteran of MRL and PRL, much less sets of tires available to the drivers in those two leagues. So I think with that mentality, didn't think that extra set would be available to him. Doesn't pit. I mean, it's not all doom and gloom. Like you said, if we get that caution, not only is no harm, no foul, it's probably a better situation for the 08. But he's going to need a little bit of luck now. Chris Cowgill just doing what Chris Cowgill does. So we'll see how he's able to navigate this restart. But I'll tell you what, this probably isn't what the 36 of Geyer, who has just been completely in control of this race, wants to see right now.
Yeah, not at all. He's going to have to find a way around two cars that are naturally going to be much slower here on the older tires.
Restart.
Hillman with a big jump, though.
That's going to help out the 36 of Geyer, I believe, as he's going to be able to go to the inside of the first Cowgill, Chris Cowgill. His brother, Patrick Cowgill, going to take Chris 3 wide there as Dalton does one of his famous blinks right there. He'll come back eventually. There he is. There's Dalton. He's going to be in front of the 2 Cowgills. Side by side are the Cowgill brothers. Fresh retires for Patrick on the inside in the 31. And you just see how much that 03 does not want to turn and how much his brother is able to take advantage of that. Behind them, Zabik. Loose goes Zab. Caution's out.
He kept it off the wall. No damage there. But the yellow flies yet again today.
Yet another
it's
one.
either number 6 or 7.
We know how much cautions can breed cautions here, especially at these short tracks.
Whenever you're ready.
All right, let's take a look and see what happened to the great driver, Mark Zab. Here we go. Keep your eye on that 11 on the outside of Cody Matthews. Matthews takes to the air, but no contact. Just a loose moment, dirty air for Zab. And man, he was looking straight at those barrels. I think he's very happy that he did not make any contact with those. So, all things considered, I think Zab going to live to see another day. We've seen much worse here today. But I think just about every car almost, or truck I should say, I should start using vehicle like Johnny did. I like that, DC. Involved in
like
an
using
incident
vehicle
at this point. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Just don't want to have to correct myself and call it car and then go to truck.
I know, and it's like, it's funny because when I'm watching on TV, I'm like, it's a truck, idiot, and then I get in the booth and I do it myself 15 times per race. So that was good for one Cowgill, DC, as Patrick Cowgill going to move into second place. I think this is one of the few times that Cowgill's actually had a start on the front row today. He has been so good on that inside third place position, almost every time coming out with second place. So we'll see if he's able to hold on to second here. Geyer, same story all day, going to be leading these guys to green here.
Yeah, this is where he wants to be. Nobody in front, nobody else to control this restart. You can just focus on getting a jump here. And maybe, hopefully getting clear before they even get to turn 1.
And with all the incidents you've seen, would you not expect there to be more attrition? Still have 12 of 13 cars here on the lead lap.
Yeah, it's kind of bit everybody except for, maybe just a couple of guys thus far. So, and having those fast repairs has really helped, I think.
Yeah, that definitely is. This is definitely one of the races where the drivers are very, very happy to have those, as Geyer is going to lead them to the green flag again. And as we speculated, not quite as good for Cowgill. Panzerelli going to try to send it 3 wide between Ibarra and Matthews. Here we go.
What a send from Panzerella. Just gets onto that bottom line, and all 3 guys able to fit on that little on that darker kind of asphalt section there.
Great job from all drivers getting through it and for holding position. Behind that, Delgado and Hillman negotiating 6th place right there. And Hillman going to complete the pass, and he did put on those fresh tires. It's not by much. It's about maybe, a lap and a half of green flag racing. But that may impact something. A little bit tight again is Delgado entering 1 out of the racing surface. That dark stuff is where you want to be. That's where the grip is. And look at Matthews up front.
Matthews, another 3 wide scenario from these 3 guys. This time it works out for Panzerelli. He's able to get up to 3rd. Matthews hanging tight there on the inside. Yeah, Panzerella able to work back from that damage to get back up into 3rd place.
So if you're Panzerella, the damage the bleeding has stopped here. And up front, actually, we have a battle for the lead. First time today, really. Here goes Cowgill looking to the inside of Geyer. Man, it looks like Cowgill may have found something. He's been really fast on these short runs. We'll see if he can make it last. But here he goes. It's going to be a much easier long run for him if he can have that 36 behind him.
36 going for that crossover. Crossing over.
Oh, there he is. That's a good move. A little show and go.
Crossing over to the other side for just a second there. But yeah, able to make that pass.
Yeah, fortuitous connection error right there for Geyer, as Cowgill had no idea where the 36 was on the entry of the corner. Geyer able to retake that lead, and you can see just how dangerous that is to give that 36 that clean air and what he can do with it. Great driving there from Cowgill to complete that pass and initially get that lead. But man, it is so hard to hold up that 36 in New Hampshire. We'll see if he has anything for him as this run goes on. And now what this becomes about, Johnny, is we talked a lot about, or we did a lot of math to start this race to decide when these guys might pit. And all that was for Noel, because we've had a million cautions since then. So these guys, lap 110 hypothetically would be the window, but I'd be tempted to run a little bit longer than that.
At this point, you'd have to. You want to keep your spot. You go into pit, you're gonna go a lap down, and then, you know, if another caution comes out, it might be beneficial. But if these guys are able to keep it, kind of stuck there.
Yeah, completely agree. I think one thing worth mentioning too is we got the longest run of this race to start the race, and that's when you saw Panzarella and Geyer pit later in the cycle to where you think the undercut would be possible. Caution comes out almost immediately for them. They don't go a lap down because they had put such a gap on the rest of the field. That is not the case because of all these cautions. All these guys bunched up right now. So if there was to be a green flag, or some early green flag pit stops and a caution, like you said, Johnny, I think they would be a lap down.
I think it all just depends on which gamble they're willing to take.
Yeah. And I feel like, DC, you've got to be thinking about a gamble right now if you're Panzarella, Calgill, Matthews, Hillman, really any of these guys have been showing a lot of speed, even Ibarra and Zab, because I don't think anyone has the speed to beat that 36 straight up right now. You're going to have to do something cute.
I mean, you can, but I think especially if you're Panzarella, you maybe don't want to, just because of the points position that you're in. You know, like we said, Panzarella's points racing at this point, so you know he really doesn't need to do anything, you know, anything too crazy to put himself in a position where, you know, he might end up at the back of the pack with a caution at the wrong time.
Calgill back to the lead, completes the pass on Geyer. I think Geyer may have had a loose moment out of 4 there, and that was all Calgill needed, all he had to see to take advantage of it, and back to the lead goes to 31, and he already has a half a second. Man, it doesn't matter if you control the whole race, it only matters when you're fast, and I think, like we just talked about, that 31 may have found something.
That 31's definitely found something, because not only, I mean, there was a little bobble out of 4 there from Geyer to allow him to take that lead, but he was not going away. He was not falling off. He was, you know, staying within striking range to be able to take advantage of that. And you know, now he's, you know, it's not like Geyer's getting right back to him here. He's still keeping that same gap of about half a second here.
And both of them are now gapping the group of Panzarella, Matthews, and Hillman. They're a second and a half behind Calgill. So Calgill has unlocked a new level of speed. I'd say he was closer to the likes of Hillman and Panzarella and Matthews in that first run, but now having something for Dalton Geyer enough to get around him and hold him off. At this point in the run, when the race started, Calgill was getting passed and Geyer was driving away from him. So great job from Calgill to learn as the race goes on, adjust, and find some extra speed in that 31 to give himself a chance at this big loose moment there for Alex Hillman.
You know what? It wasn't, I think, because he had that short run speed. He was sticking with those top guys for the early parts of those runs. It was just the fall off, you know, 10, 15, 20 laps into these runs. So we'll see if he's able to maintain the life in those tires. But for now, it doesn't appear that he's fallen off yet.
No, it really doesn't. He's it looks like Ibarra, we are in the window, so he's going to be the first to bite. We'll see if he, I assume, throw 4 tires on it. But that's an interesting one, DC. Part of me wants to say too soon.
You know, and we talked about how Panzarella wasn't kind of in the points position to do something like this.
That was fuel only.
Ibarra, fuel only. Yeah, Ibarra, part-time guy. So, I mean, hey, you know, why not mix it up? Why not? You know, do something. You know, maybe that'll get you a race win.
So Ibarra, doesn't take tires. That to me kind of makes the undercut pointless. I don't mean to pick on Ibarra at all. But the whole point of the undercut is to take advantage of those fresher tires. Ibarra not going to be able to do that, but what he will do, though, DC, is he's going to keep an extra set of freshies in those pits for him. So if there was a late race caution or multiple even, he'd be in the catbird seat. But again, these are what ifs.
Yeah, well, he will. Well, I guess he'd leapfrog the guys that do end up taking tires, depending on if we stay green here.
I mean, would he, though? Because he's not putting down better laps because he didn't take tires.
Well, but it would be the time that he saves on pit road by not putting on those tires, because he'd only be fueling up. Yeah.
That is 8 seconds. We saw that from Geyer last week.
So it's, I mean, although then the other kind of fold to this is, you know, those left side tires aren't wearing insanely fast, so we may see some guys take 2 as well. And that's going to kind of negate that too. So yeah, I don't know if that's a wise move, but we'll see. We'll see if it pays off here. We'll see how many guys take 4 tires and allow him to leapfrog.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch that pan out. And I agree with you. The guy I'm thinking might have the most incentive to do something different in the pits there. So it looks like, oh man, Chris Calgill a little bit tight going to 3 and 4 there, up the track into the wall. Good save there overall from Calgill. And he's gotten a lot of track position by virtue of staying out, but like usual, Calgill able to maintain that, do a great job with it. So right now, running in 6th place is Christopher Calgill, while his brother leads this race. But I think Patrick Calgill is one of the guys I would think, I think depending on how the rest of this run goes and how much longer he wants to stay out, how this goes against Geyer, if he wants to do the same thing as him or not. Geyer, we saw him be the most bold on strategy last week at Watkins Glen. He never took tires at any point in a 50-lap race, while everyone else did, quite literally, and that was able to get him from an early race spin all the way back up to 4th place. So Geyer maybe, but when you're the fastest car the fastest truck on the track, there's certainly less of an incentive to do anything different. So we'll have to see what Geyer wants to do. I agree with you, DC. I think Panzarella is going to keep this simple and likely try to take 4 here. We'll see what he does. Alex Hillman on those slightly fresher new tires, and we said it was only a lap and a half, but it is working for him so far, and he has already worked at the 4th place. I think if I'm Hillman, I'm more inclined to take 4 as well.
Yeah, you know, it's weird because he came in, I think, alone to get that set of tires, right? Mm-hmm. Like, because he stayed out to, yeah. So he had to come up from like 9th or 10th.
Yeah, he's done a great job.
And now he's up on Panzarella here. The two 805 Vibes cars starting to go at it here.
Yep, there we go. Getting some awareness out for the car show. Check it out at 805carshow.com, like both of those rear bumpers say on the 12 and 08 DDI trucks. And in front of them is Ibarra. He is a lap down, and with those older tires, he has not driven away from the 12 at all. Has really just stayed in front of him, so he's not making any meaningful progress in the leaders to get that lap back. So even if the caution was to come out right now, he would need another one, you see, for that strategy to work out. So we'll see. Maybe Ibarra meant to take meant to take tires and didn't. We'll probably learn more about that in the coming days. But right now, having to deal with the bed he's in and doing a good job of it, and likely just hoping that these next 29 laps go by really quick. As back there is Chris Calgill, super loose out of 2, and you saw the effect that Dirty Air had on his teammate Mark Zabek. Did pretty much the same exact thing, getting loose as well in the same fashion out of the corner. Man, Dirty Air is just a son of a gun here at this track. Up front, Geyer is closing that gap on Calgill, little by little, but it's certainly that 31's not going anywhere.
You know, I wanted to highlight something real quick.
Yeah.
Tommy Fox back in 8th.
Yeah.
He went. I think he went either 1 or 2 laps down. Did he only get 1 lap down?
He went 2 down.
Yeah, he went 2 down. So he got both of those back, and
here comes
got back onto the lead lap and running up in 8th. Great recovery from Tommy Fox today.
Yeah, what a great drive from Fox so far. He has regained control of that Best of the Rest championship. He's one spot ahead of Delgado, so he's doing what he has to do to collect that trophy. And now it's just a matter of what these guys want to do in the pits and when. As first to bite in this group will be Zab. Last car took nothing. Okay, there's right sides for the 11. Obviously, fuel getting put in that truck. And that's all he's going to take, are right sides. Interesting.
I don't hate it. Only 25 to go here. You're not going to have to run that long, and you didn't run that long on the set of tires that you're on right now. So those left sides, just not wearing really. So yeah, I don't hate that move from Zabik. I think it's going to save more time than he's going to lose on track to somebody who takes 4 tires.
No, I agree. I think it's going to be fun to watch that pan out. And yeah, with 25 to go, not only is that really the shortest run if it was to stay green, but you have another set now. You're going to have another full set of tires in the pits. If there was to be a caution, you shouldn't be running too slow of lap time. So you may have something in your back pocket for a late race caution that was to come out. So I like that move there from Zab. We'll see how many other drivers follow suit. Looks like Ibarra has brought it down as well, lap 111, and that was a 6-second pit stop for Ibarra. Oh, I'm sorry, we already talked about Ibarra. Looking at Sanchez, he came down. Looks like he actually got some damage fixed. So Sanchez recovering from that. And we'll see if this has any impact on our leaders like Calgill, Geyer, Panzarella, and Hillman. If this brings anyone down, starting to see guys do some cute stuff in the pits, but also seeing the window open and wanting to take advantage of it. But right now, I think if you're the 31 or the 36, don't want to go a lap down. You want to stay in control of this race. And Geyer has reeled in Calgill and is ready to pounce and take back that lead.
Yeah, he started running about a good lane lower. He's returned to that very bottom lane, almost kind of cutting down onto the apron at some points, as you see on exit there, almost to the commitment cone of pit road. Gets loose there, can't capitalize and get to the inside on exit, but hanging tight with Calgill here.
I know if Geyer's not careful, he's gonna give himself a pit road penalty with how amazing he is on these exits, just all the way down on the track. And I think what we haven't talked about enough with that line for Geyer, as well as we'll go on board with him real quick, is just what this is going to do for him in terms of dirty air. This is just taking all the dirty air off of that 36. I mean, granted, you still have that side force on 31, but look at how easily and non-loose he's able to drive through that corner and pull himself alongside Calgill. Not the runoff that that I think he was expecting to get. I mean, on the bottom, it's very, very hard to get that, but now is where he can start sliding up more and more, creating more of a long of a run off speed, but barely needs it. So good there on the bottom of the racetrack, and he gets it. Dalton Geyer back to the lead with 22 to go. We'll see what this does to Calgill, but gosh, I don't know what you do about that line that Geyer's running. I've never seen anything like it here. And that's all Calgill had to see. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Behind him is Panzarella and Hillman.
Yeah. And you saw Lolis out on the track, who had already come down pit road on those fresh tires behind the leader there. Yeah, we'll see what these guys do here.
Yeah, you saw how much speed differential there was. Well, Lolis took 2. So let's keep our eyes on Calgill here. Here we go. Right side's up. And away he goes. Panzarella, no sides up. Panzarella fuel only. And then we go back to Hillman, and he's going to put 4 on. There goes Hillman, 4 tires. Wow.
Yeah, and I don't hate that move either.
Geyer going to bring it down. That's all he wanted, or all he had to see from Patrick. You see Delgado exiting the pits right there. Juan Delgado, another clean race from him. Right side so far for Geyer. We'll see what he thinks about the left sides as well. He's going to put them on. So Geyer's going to go with 4 tires. I mean, I don't think I pretty much know that Calgill is going to cycle in front of him. There it is. And it's going to be pretty sizable, DC. Oh, that's not going to help.
Cool. Yeah, it's going to be about looks like about a 4-second gap here.
Here we go.
That's going to need to be made up over the next 20 laps.
Panzarella as well. undercutting
Yeah.
Geyer.
So he's going to need about, if my math is right, I believe that's like 0.2 a lap Geyer's going to need to make up.
And here's Cody Matthews leading some laps. And I'll tell you what, DC, all these chase drivers, I think nearly every chase driver that isn't on backpack racing, because these guys have just had the worst luck today, has led a lap now. So they've collected that bonus point. They have offset that for their opponents. Cody Matthews is going to lead a handful right now. So big moment here for the 10 to get a couple laps led, collect those bonus points in. This has been a really strong day for that 10 truck right there. Cody Matthews behind him. Chris Calgill, he's also running along. He was in the same situation as Alex Hillman. Those two pit together on that second caution on that after the first stage there, or the only stage, I should say. So this is how long Hillman could have ran if he wanted to, choosing to pit with his teammate instead. Calgill choosing to run a little bit long. Going to be really fascinating to see how this works out. And then look who is up to third, DC.
That's Tommy Fox. Tommy Fox running long as well. As there goes Matthews down pit road. Decided he's led his laps. But yeah, I think Hillman coming in early with the plan to take those tires, maybe figuring, well, I mean, if I'm going to take the tires, I need some time to use them.
Right.
So that, yeah, I think that probably accounts for him coming early. Is Lolis now low on the track there?
Oh.
I don't know if he's coming as well.
Oh, that thing has a lot of damage. See if you can find that, Johnny. Oh, look at that right side. That thing is torn up as Geyer has completed the pass on Panzarella, and I think I'd have a hard time convincing you that these two were racing each other a lap ago with that gap that Geyer's already opened up. So that's a great sign for the 36, as he has a 4-second deficit to Patrick Calgill. Once Chris Calgill and Tommy Fox rotate around, if we don't get a yellow, that lead will be inherited by Patrick Calgill, and right now Geyer will have 15 laps to get himself, as Chris Calgill brings it down. He'll have 15 laps to get himself 4 seconds now. So definitely doable for Dalton Geyer. Tommy Fox going to lead that lap. So doing what he has to do to maintain that best of the rest lead over Juan Delgado. Delgado has not had the raw speed that Tommy Fox has had today. Tommy Fox has had the bad luck, but he's also had the raw speed. Delgado has been running a responsible race. He's been points racing. We've talked a lot about that here on DDI teams. So we'll have to see how that pans out. And here comes Tommy Fox for his last pit stop of the race. So there he comes, T. Fox, and that's going to give the lead to Patrick Calgill. It'll be 13 to go this time around. He has now a 3-second pit stop, and 3-second lead. And that last lap, wow, DC, was 0.6 of a second slower than Dalton Geyer.
And you know, that's good for this lap, but it's going to get progressively kind of less as these tires wear in. So Geyer's still going to have to be pretty much perfect to catch him here. Definitely can't afford any mistakes, can't afford any bobbles that are going to cost him, you know, another half a second that are going to undo any of this progress. It has to limit mistakes, has to basically be perfect here.
Yeah, you really, really can't get greedy here. You have to be patient while putting down some of the best laps of the race. But if there's any, I'd say, I guess, source of encouragement for Geyer right now, it's what his teammate in the 08 of Hillman is doing. Hillman, the other truck out here that was running up front that put on 4, and he just blew the doors off Panzarella as well and has already started marching towards Geyer. So that is a good sign, I think, if you're Geyer, to know how much those 4 tires matter. Let's look behind Panzarella now. You have Mark Zab. He, I think, took 2, if I'm not mistaken. He did. Behind them is Matthews, who took 4, I believe it was. Oh, no, it was 2 as well for Matthews, and Zab took 2 as well. I'm sorry. He just did it 3 laps earlier than Matthews did, so there's what the 3-lap differential will give you. So one more thing to add to that 36's advantage is he has a 1-lap advantage over Calgill, even with those 4 freshies. So that's even adding more insult to injury for the 31, trying to hold him off. But, man, it looks like, I mean, early going, I mean, we got 10 to go this time around, but it looks like 4 tires was the move.
It's definitely seeming like it, although I think if Geyer, and we'll see if he's able to run him down here as that tire wear continues to even out. Yeah, really. If he's not able to catch him, he'll be kicking himself that he didn't come in sooner, I think.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I love what you said earlier about if you're going to do that strategy like what Hillman did. I mean, granted, he did the same lap that Cowgill did, but you want to give those tires a chance to shine. I think Cowgill was waiting for Geyer to make the move to pass him, and then whatever lap that happened, that was when he's going to pit. That's what we saw happen there. But now it's about a half a second a lap that Geyer is regaining. Another thing of note here, DC, is I'm not seeing that. So much. Oh, go ahead. Sorry about that.
So I found what happened. It was back in lap 93. It looks like he was pit, got some damage repaired, came out. That's coming out of 2.
Cold tires, maybe. Oh, seen that. That's happened a few times today to a few drivers. That's a sizable hit.
My. And that's not a caution somehow.
Yeah, what? I guess he kept it going so fast the whole time?
We've seen
far less.
We saw Zabek not even like turn a full 90 degrees sideways, and that brought out a caution.
Yeah.
Like that was a full tilt, like spin and wreck into the wall.
No
and
caution.
Somehow that's not a caution.
Barney just fell asleep during that one, so I think lucky for a lot of these drivers, especially those who did take 4 there, that caution didn't come out because that would have been a perfect situation for all the guys who took 2 or 0 tires. Right now they're kind of just sitting ducks, hoping to bend off what they can. Speaking of, Cody Matthews has completed the pass on Panzarella now, so Matthews at the 4th place. Brilliant drive from that 10 here today. He has been up and down this field, I think, more than anybody. Probably completed more passes than anyone, but it's all come together here with 6 to go, and he is back up to 4th. But let's go up front. The lead is down to only half a second. Dalton Geyer with 6 laps to work with. It'll be 5 as they cross the start-finish line this time around. But with 2 more fresh tires than the 31 has, 1 lap fresher tires. Let's see what the 36, who has been lights out all day, can do about it. The only guy who's had anything for Dalton Geyer has been that 31.
And he found it very late in this thing, and I mean, really a testament to Patrick Cowgill with the ability to adapt to this racetrack and basically turn into one of the fastest cars out on this track. I mean, he was one of the fastest in the short run, but to develop that long run speed kind of on the fly, really testament to his ability. It's now Geyer putting him under attack here, just not really going to have anything for the 4 fresh tires. So he gets back to the gas, kind of tries to maybe, put some pressure, but yeah, Geyer able to just drive away.
Yeah, right in the nick of time for Dalton Geyer. Really couldn't come at a second too soon, as he's going to be 3 laps to go this time around. This would be the first win of the season for Dalton Geyer, one of the admins of this league, one of the guys who made this league possible, and I think a lot of people would tell you this win is overdue, but this is not when his competitors want to see it. If Dalton Geyer is able to hold off for 3 more laps, he is driving away from Cowgill, and I think what it was there, I mean, what do you do about that inside lane, Johnny Replay? You saw that Cowgill was thinking about the crossover, but there's just nothing you can do if the 36 can hog the bottom like this.
I mean, exactly as you put it, there's really nothing you can do. We've been seeing him run different lines throughout the whole race, but Geyer has just been so consistent.
Yeah, he really has, and he only has 2 more laps until he can call himself a DDIRL winner. To be his 2nd league win at this track, and I think over 200 laps led out of 300 available to him. Just such a special track for this 36, as he's going to come around for 3 and 4 to take the white flag at DC.
Here we go, out of 4. Yeah, out of 4, and taking the white flag, can breathe a sigh of relief as no more cautions. We had 7 cautions today, but just a great green flag run to the finish with green flag pit stops.
Yep, almost enough cautions to make up over half the field, but Geyer never gave up control. Patrick Cowgill gave him everything he had at the end, including some awesome strategy, but it wasn't enough. Here we go. Race 2 of the chase belongs to Dalton Geyer, his first win in the DDIRL. And man, I think everyone should consider themselves lucky that New Hampshire is not the championship race, and we don't do a championship race here at all. But jeez, that would be a scary thing, because I don't know if anyone's going to be able to figure out what this 36 has here in New Hampshire. What a win! What a dominant win from Dalton Geyer.
We know Patrick Cowgill came very close, I'd say, to figuring out what that 36 had. And the strategy call almost locked it up for him, but yeah, Geyer able to kind of power through on those 4 tires. He's definitely thankful that the admins decided to make this a race on the schedule and a race in the playoffs.
Just following the officials.
Exactly.
So I think the main thing that everyone wants to know is, what is Dalton Geyer going to do with that big ass lobster that he gets for winning this race? That's my favorite food. I'm not sure if you guys know, but I love me some lobster. So I'm a little bit envious of that trophy you get, but awesome win, putting on a show. Also did that nice little butt hit to the wall to make sure he passes inspection. That's what you got to do. Big win for Dalton Geyer there to continue to keep his championship hopes alive. Let's take a look at our finishing results here, guys. If you want to take us through them, I will bring them up eventually. I like when I have to scroll through it. Here we go. Take it away, DC.
All right, the winner of this race. Oh my goodness, his teammates plowing through him there. Yeah, in first place we have Dalton Geyer, the number 36, first DDIRL win. Patrick Cowgill finishing second. Speaking of first wins, Cowgill still looking for that.
Wow.
Almost had it here today on the strategy call. And I'm sure that win is coming. Just, came very close here. Third place, we have Alex Hillman, last week's winner. Cody Matthews, the inaugural race winner of the DDIRL, finishing fourth. And running out the top 5 points leader, Zach Panzarella.
Yeah, Panzarella able to hold on to that top 5 there on those ancient tires. And likely because the guys around him had the same situation. Mark Zab, similar situation there. He's going to finish in 6th. Chris Cowgill, some strategy there and some excellent driving to keep him up where he belonged. It appears he's going to finish in 7th place. Great run there from Cowgill. Ibarra, we saw him with a few incidents today. It's going to round out with an 8th place finish. And then this is interesting right here, Johnny. Check this out. Our best of the rest competitors. I'm not sure how, but Juan Delgado finishes in front of Tommy Fox, and that is going to be interesting when we get to the points.
Yeah, sure is that we're separated by 1 point before we got into this race, with Juan Delgado being second to Tommy Fox. But
jeez.
Juan Delgado ran a clean race. Tommy Fox did have those few incidents against him, maybe some damage with the arrow at the end that caused Tommy Fox to lose that lead over him. But who knows?
Yeah, I'm seeing that at the end. Tommy Fox had a 2-second pit stop, so I'm wondering if he maybe had a penalty he had to serve, a stop and go or something like that. Tommy Fox going to run out in 10th place. Sanchez, we saw so much speed out of that 62 today, but just not the luck and a couple incidents at the wrong times. He'll end up 11th. Same story for Lolis. We saw that late race incident for him. He's going to end up in 12th and running out this 13-truck field. Gambrel, he parked it around lap 100. Before we let you guys out of here, let's take a look at our updated chase settings, as I will get those set up for you guys, because this changed a lot, DC. I'll tell you that much. Just took a look at them here, and I was pretty shocked to see just how much has changed here. Not so much up front. So here we go. Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt. So that incident that happened with Lolis, that was a caution, actually. So that was our last caution that came out.
Wait.
So it looks like he had damage fixed when he was in the pits, came back around with the cold tires, got loose again, and then had a pit again.
Oh,
So
that was under caution.
That's what we're looking at. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, that was like a twist at the end there. That's interesting. So, whoa, brutal day, or end of the day, I should say.
So much bad luck.
So much speed in that truck right there. We saw him running the top 5 all day, and man, That's why stage points exist, and that's why these things are 150 laps. And we'll see what that did for the points there. So same exact thing, really, leaving here in terms of 1-2. Hillman and Panzarella still separated by 25 points, so that stays the same. Hillman's going to finish in third in today's race, and Panzarella in fifth. But by virtue of that pole position and stage points, Panzarella going to stay ahead of Hillman by the same amount. Now is where things get interesting here, DC. Look at that. Dalton Geyer with that dominant win here today. He took home 58 points. The next truck took home 40, so 18 more points than anybody else. And that brings him into third place, 37 behind Panzarella, and only 12 behind Hillman. And Calgill not far behind there, 42 behind Panzarella and 5 behind Geyer.
Yeah, that's a big shakeup there, and I mean, yeah, once again, Geyer probably thankful to the admins for adding New Hampshire to the schedule, as I believe he entered the chase and probably where did he? Yeah, seventh or eighth. So already kind of paying dividends here. That kind of points reset, but still plenty of time left. Still four races, and it's all mile and a halves from here on out.
Yeah, we are going to some of, I think, everyone's favorite mile and a halves in the next 4 weeks, the next month, to decide a champion. Kansas up next. Love that track. We went there for our first exhibition. Had a great time there. Panzarella took home the win that day. We're going to have Cody Matthews in fifth. Matthews with a super solid day today. That's going to keep his championship hopes alive. Only 6 behind Patrick Calgill. Sanchez, not with the day I think he was expecting. Had tons of speed in that 62, but just nothing going his way. This was a tough day for Sanchez in terms of points. He is now 68 behind the would-be champion of Panzarella. He's going to need some lights-out fast races in this next month to have a chance at that, but it certainly isn't over. Really isn't over for anyone. I'd say below Lola, or until Lolis. Christopher Calgill and Lolis still within striking distance, 74 and 77 points behind. They just need 2 exceptional races, or a handful of exceptional races, and they could do it. Brutal to miss a race in the chase for Grigsby and McGivern, now over 100 points back. Think that's all that she wrote for those two with their chance to win the championship. But being in the chase is an accomplishment on its own, and it'll be fun to watch those two for the next month here. But awesome race here today. We see DDI go back-to-back here in the chase. The the Vortex driver of Hillman last week at Watkins Glen, and the 44-ever driver of Geyer this week here at New Hampshire. The points lead for team standings is going to be extended by DDI 44-ever over backpack, going 1-5-9 today with Delgado and Panzarella along with Geyer. So big day for DDIRL, and backpack just did not have anything go their way today. So rough day for them, but we've seen how quickly those points can change on the team standings by virtue of just how many drivers participate in them. But that is all we have for you guys today. I want to send out one more big shout out and thank you to our sponsors for this race, and that is the Connect and Cure. Really cannot thank them enough for making this Connect and Cure 150 here in New Hampshire. Had a great time giving out a lobster, going to one of our favorite short tracks, a really fun track where that I think really separates the men from the boys. We saw that today, and puts on a show. 13 trucks, but still plenty of cautions, plenty of action, plenty of 3 wide. So big thank you to you, Drugstore Cowboy, and Johnny Replay for joining us for another great night of DDIRL racing. We only have 4 more races left in this season until we crown our first ever champion. Hopefully we have a big announcement coming for you guys, maybe as early as next week. We'll see. We're still dealing with 805 Vibes and other things over here on the Daily Drivers Inc. side, so make sure to check out 805 Vibes for Car Show, 805carshow.com. That will be going on next weekend, September 28th. But we will be here to shove that down your throat even more at Kansas next week. So until then, thank you to everybody. One more shout out to Connect and Cure. And thank you to all of you watching at home, all the amazing drivers on track. Another great race from our first phenomenal season here in the DDIRL Truck Series. And another first-time winner. Congratulations to Dalton Geyer winning the Connect and Cure 150. We will see you all next week. Have a great rest of your night.